Hey, what's up guys? This is RCTV. We're back with another video. Today we're going to do a 6-month review on our US General Harbor Freight toolbox. We bought this like February, March, and so I've had it for a while. It's held up really good. I did a couple of little modifications to it, and I'll show you what's inside. So the top part, I got my Harbor Freight light. That is kind of my go-to free item at the Harbor Freight. When you get the coupons, I've got about 8 or 10 of them. I don't really keep too much in the top because I try to keep the top closed. When I am out working on something, I keep all my Ryobi cordless tools right in here. But this is just some miscellaneous junk, really. I'll start with the top drawer. The top drawer, I've got all my metric wrenches. I've got a set of the gear wrench ratcheting wrenches, set of Craftsman regular metric, and then a small set of Snap-on. And then back here I've just got some miscellaneous that I've collected over the years. The next drawer, it's kind of thin, but got a standard set of Craftsman wrenches, 1/4 inch through 1 1/8 inch, and then again another set of gear wrench ratcheting wrenches, and then just a little bag of Craftsman midget wrenches. That's a little specialty wrench my dad actually made years ago for something, and I have just always held on to it. Screwdrivers, pretty much keep the basic flathead standard screwdrivers on one side, Phillips screwdrivers on another side. I've got all kinds of bits for my impact driver or cordless drill. I like the DeWalt ones. Got a couple little bins here, just miscellaneous old screwdrivers that are good for, you know, opening a paint can or scraping something off. Some little miscellaneous screwdrivers. Some precision screwdrivers. I got a little Husky set. These are always good for, you know, some kind of little electronics or glasses or something like that when you got to fix. The next big drawer, pliers. I've got the plier organizers. I can't remember what brand they are. Pretty much all the Channel-Lock brand. Channel-Locks, lineman pliers, needle nose, some side cutters, wire strippers, or some random bigger pliers. Use that for changing the fuel separator on the boat. And then again, just some random stuff that you never want to get rid of, but just don't use it all the time. These are pretty much my go-tos right here in the front. I've also got these long needle nose from Harbor Freight, and for like $4 a piece, you cannot beat those things. You always need them for something. Back up to the top right is your junk drawer that everybody has in their toolbox, and it's just that miscellaneous junk. Valve stem caps for bikes, some glue, Velcro, safety glasses, electrical tape, stuff for the pool, some Teflon tape. Nothing big in there. That's kind of where everything ends up. The next drawer, I've got a standard set of nut drivers, a metric set of nut drivers. Those are both Craftsman sets. And then I've also got a set of Craftsman Torx drivers. I just keep them in these bins. I don't separate them because I usually when I'm gonna use them, I just grab the whole thing and take it to wherever I'm going. That eliminates having to walk back and forth to find the right damn size. The next drawer, razor blades, scissors, anything I use to cut with. Some tin snips, razor blades for scraping, Nothing special in there, just stuff to cut with. This drawer here, I could probably do something better with, but we're always using this little, I've got this little Ryobi air compressor. It works good for running out and airing up a tire. Always have to fill up a basketball or a pool floaty or something, it seems like. So it's a big drawer and there's not a lot in there, but we use it all the time. So I just kind of keep it organized and keep that stuff in there so it's easy to get to. Okay, so pretty much that was the top half. When I bought this thing, the top half I actually bought first. I was at Harbor Freight one day, and my old toolbox was just a 27-inch 3-tier Craftsman. It was old and kind of rusty, and they had this top half sitting at the front of the store like an open box special, and I think I got it for like $229 or $239, something like that. And then when I bought the top half, I came home and decided I needed the whole thing, so I went ahead, waited a couple weeks and bought the bottom half when they had one of the sales, and I think it was $449. So I got a pretty good deal on the top part and caught the bottom half on sale, so like I said, it's been awesome so far. But I'll keep going. This is the everybody's favorite drawer, the socket drawer. I went with the Olsa Tools socket organizers. I love these things. I am not a garage mechanic, so I'm not worried about the magnets picking up little shavings all the time and all that kind of stuff. I'm an at-home do-it-yourselfer person. So on this side, I've got all half-inch drive. They're all standard shallow sockets. I don't have a lot of deep sockets for half-inch, but full set of half-inch drive standard, full set of half-inch drive metric, couple of half-inch drive Craftsman wrenches, and these sockets are all the Craftsman with the easy to read letters on it. In the back here, real quick, I've got a few half-inch drive that don't fit in there, the odd sizes like 21/32, and I've got a big, 1.5 inch that came with the set when I bought it. I've also got some half-inch drive metrics that again just don't fit in the set or in the holders. In the middle here, got some half-inch drive impact sockets. Those are deep, and I use those obviously when working on car or something like that, when I need to use the impact driver. I don't have a lot, but I just kind of buy them as I need them because, again, I don't use them every day. On this side, got a full set of 3/8 drive standard, and then 3/8 drive deep socket. Again, all Craftsman with the easy to read letters, and then a full set of 3/8 drive metric and metric deep sockets. Got my old 3/8 drive torque wrench that was my dad's and had for probably 25 years, so it serves the purpose for what I need to do with it. In the front, set a 1/4 inch drive, again all in the Olsa Tools socket holders, 1/4 inch standard, 1/4 inch metric. Both of those have all the deep sockets. In the front here, I just kind of use some bins from the dollar store. Got my ratchets in one side. These are all 1/2 inch extensions. On this side, these are all 3/8 drive, 3/8 drive extensions, and then some little miscellaneous 1/4 inch drive sockets, a ratchet, some extensions. This is the top drawer in the bottom half here. Again, I'm kind of do everything at home sort of person, so I always need a tape measure, always need some kind of level. Got my stud finder. Again, nothing real fancy, just stuff I use seems like every time I'm working on something. The next drawer is kind of a miscellaneous tools / junk drawer. I've got this old silverware organizer that I just kind of keep a few things in, a couple electrical tools, the old Harbor Freight magnet, some little plastic putty knives, scrapers, brushes. This is kind of the catch-all for, you know, all them little random wrenches that you get in some kind of kit or something that you buy. A strap wrench. I've got a set of calipers, and then a couple of squares that are always easy to use. Speed square. Next drawer is drill bits. Anything I use to drill with. So I've got kind of a little open box here that I just throw miscellaneous drill bits in when I have one. A couple of old drill bit sets that, again, I've had for years. Dremel tool, a right angle for my Ryobi drill. A couple of wire brushes, some new drill bits, concrete drill bits. Little Ryobi set, spade drills. Got a Forstner bit set, and then this one I think came from Menards, just a hole saw set that I've never used, but caught it on sale, so couldn't leave it there. The next drawer, I just keep all my hammers in. Got a couple of heavier old sledgehammers, rubber mallet. Actually, when I put this toolbox together, I had probably 6 old hammers that were all beat up and nasty, so I bought a couple of new hammers. Again, for what I do mostly around the house, they work just fine. I don't necessarily build houses, so kind of a little bit of a few different things. I've got a couple saws, my hacksaw, PVC pipe cutter, some jigsaw blades, tubing cutter, a chain breaker, some wire brushes, a couple of sharpening stones, a couple more wire brushes, some more blades for my hacksaw. Bottom drawer is again kind of a throw all the big stuff in it drawer. Got a staple gun, some staples. There's a tap and die set underneath there. Trusty reacher. This is cool with a little light on the end. See that? Husky, Home Depot. Caulk gun. Got a whole bunch of clamps. Some of these, some smaller ones. Some of them quick grip clamps, a couple of Irwin ones. Some are from the next drawer, I just keep all my hammers in. Got a couple of heavier old sledgehammers, rubber mallet. Actually, when I put this toolbox together, I had probably 6 old hammers that were all beat up and nasty, so I bought a couple of new hammers. Again, for what I do mostly around the house, they work just fine. I don't necessarily build houses, so kind of a little bit of a few different things. I've got a couple saws, my hacksaw, PVC pipe cutter, some jigsaw blades, tubing cutter, a chain breaker, some wire brushes, a couple of sharpening stones, a couple more wire brushes, some more blades for my hacksaw. Bottom drawer is again kind of a throw all the big stuff in it drawer. Got a staple gun, some staples. There's a tap and die set underneath there. Trusty reacher. This is cool with a little light on the end. See that? Husky, Home Depot. Caulk gun. Got a whole bunch of clamps. Some of these, some smaller ones. Some of them quick grip clamps, a couple of Irwin ones. Some are from Harbor Freight. Zip ties, rope. I always think like this is all the stuff that holds stuff together. So zip ties, rope. I got some Velcro there, some fishing line for fishing poles, and then I've also got some real heavy stuff I use for hanging like Christmas decorations, some 50-pound test. So that's kind of all the big stuff that doesn't really go in some of these narrower drawers. Back up to the top on this side, pens, pencils, paper. I write myself more notes than I did in high school, so I'm always grabbing for a pen. These pencils from Home Depot, if you need good pencils that'll stay sharp and are durable, they are awesome. I know that sounds weird, but they're really good pencils. Allen wrenches, set of Husky metric, Husky standard. I got some T-handled Allen wrenches that I've had forever, and then these are all like, again, you know, when you buy the bike or the basketball hoop or something that comes with wrenches, I always just kind of throw them in there because you just never know. This drawer, I've got all kinds of files, some bigger punches. Then in the back here, some smaller center punches, some scrapers. I got a set of DeWalt chisels that I actually used quite a bit when I was redoing all the trim inside the house. I've got 2 empty drawers, guys. Small empty drawers. So drop a comment, let me know. I need some more tools. What should I buy? Just little stuff. Then in the bottom drawer here, I got a 1/2-inch drive impact wrench, little air grinder that I use quite a bit. I've got a Ryobi router. This thing really works pretty good for what I do with it. I refinished a couple of little outside benches. I redid all the trim in the house over the spring and used this to make a couple of handrails. I got a heat gun, and then this is the router set. That's from Menards, I think. And I bought it because it's got all the different profiles in there. You know, the chamfers, roundovers. I think I've only used a couple of them. It seems like I always use the roundover or the what's the fancy one called? The OG edge. It seems like I always use those. But I do have them all if I need them. They're not real expensive. They're not top of the line. But again, they work just fine for what I do with them. There's some big drawers, deep drawers on the top part of it. Again, the pliers, I wouldn't be able to stand these pliers up in some of the shallow drawers. And then again, it's got a couple of deep drawers on the bottom. So those are nice because if it was all the skinny drawers, I wouldn't be able to keep some of that stuff the way I do. The other thing I did was these black strips here. When you buy the boxes, they come with just a white piece of cardboard behind a clear protector. All those are is strips of vinyl I bought off of Amazon. I bought the carbon fiber looking vinyl. They're not even stuck to it. You can pull these little end caps off and they just slide out. So I just thought it would be kind of dress it up a little bit. You can buy any color you want. I actually tried a different color before I went with the black carbon fiber. But that's it, guys. This is the US General 44-inch toolbox from Harbor Freight. Again, I've had it for 6-8 months. I'm not a professional mechanic. I'm not a professional carpenter. Kind of do a little bit of everything around the house. Work on the house, work on the boat, work on the car. Just kind of tinker around out in the garage. It's held up really good. No scratches, no nicks. I'm not super careful with it, but I do take care of it. I highly recommend them. They're nice and sturdy. It won't go anywhere. It's not bolted down to the floor or the wall or anything, but it's got nice heavy casters on it. And like I said, I'd highly recommend it. That's it for today, guys. Thanks for watching. Hit the like button, subscribe, share, and we'll see you next time on RCTV.